What's happening, beautiful people? My name is Dirty Mike and welcome back to the journey where I'm building different squads as we progress through divisional play, get involved in some tournaments, and as always I'm dropping feedback on which players rise to the occasion and other guys that just aren't worth that card value. Don't invest in them. And before I begin, if you guys need Ultimate Team coins, check out FIFAcoinstoday.com. The links will be in the description. And make sure to use the code MICHS09, M-I-C-H-S-09, and that'll get you an extra 10% off your entire purchase. In today's video, we've got a three-way hybrid, and you don't see that all that often in FIFA. It's definitely been on the decline. Some of the new squad building chemistry just doesn't match up correctly. And I've named this squad Team Diversity. And that's because it includes different nations, different leagues, and we've even included some bronze players, some silvers, and we got the goals down the middle. So we're looking at the K-League on the left side of the squad. We've got the Netherlands Domestic League on the right side with the silvers, and then down the middle and up front we're looking to go ahead and dominate with Galatasaray. We've got some great players from the Turkish League. Drogba, Yilmaz as a partnership is deadly, and my first opponent has a god squad. Money is just a number for him. It's not an issue. Lewandowski, Ribéry, and having Robin is just a disgusting combination of players and a lot of informs, so it's going to be a battle. Anytime that I build these squads that are more designed for fun and having a good time, it seems like I get matched up against guys that are ready to go and they have invested tons of coinage into their squads as we give up the equalizer, which is too bad. But Drogba working down the wing, whips it in. Yilmaz with the finish. And I love that both these guys are so powerful. They're so strong. They're great in the air. Both big players, and they have a cannon. I mean, a cannon for a shot. Drogba really has that feel, similar to Lewandowski, where almost everything you shoot has a chance to go in. It just seems to kind of naturally knuckle, and I love that about him. And as you may have noticed, we're playing the 4-1-2-1-2, and I've got a great question for everyone today. And I need some feedback. Drop a comment. I've been getting some interaction on Twitter recently. People want to see some more wager squads or some sweaty teams. And other people want to see the fun squads that I've been building. So for the next squad builder, I'm going to let you guys decide. Drop a comment. Let me know which type of fun squad would you prefer to see. Or if you want to see a wager team, let me know which league. And I'll put something together. So that would be outstanding. As we got a 3-2 lead at halftime. And this game's been back and forth. This squad that I build definitely does not succeed or specialize in the defensive end of things. Yilmaz, can we finish? Ooh, near post. Neuer, you don't have a chance. You don't have a chance. And as for formations, that's another thing that a lot of people have been asking me about. When I'm playing Ultimate Team and I'm looking at wagers or I'm playing for coins or it's going on YouTube, I tend to play a lot of times that 4-1-2-1-2 or maybe the 4-2-2-2. I think that both those formations offer you a good mix between defense and attack, and just you can pass it around the midfield, and it just feels very fluid. And if I'm playing head-to-head, the 4-2-3-1 has to be in there as one of the fan favorite formations, but I try to mix and match all the time. I think that you can never practice enough with these different formations, and it's always good if you're making informative content as we head into game number 2. It's always important, though, if you're doing anything with informative stuff, you're making tutorials, you're telling people what works, what doesn't work, you need to play in a lot of different formations. You got to experiment around a little bit, and I try to do that. I can't believe we missed that corner kick. That should have been a piece of cake, and things are bouncing around in the box. But let's talk about this team a little bit. We get a left-footed shot there. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I'll take it. We need to start out with the lead. As I was saying up front, Drogba, Yilmaz, they're awesome. And then Snyder is one of the best facilitators I've used so far in FIFA. It's too bad that they play in the Turkish League. It makes it very hard to match him up with a lot of different players. And then at the right mid position, we've got Bakali. He's one of those super silvers, and I think a lot of people are familiar with him. He's got the skill moves. He's fast, and look at that outlet ball. If you see somebody cheating you, you've only got a one-on-one opportunity. Let Drogba carry you on to freedom. He will score some goals. And then we have Rikic, the center back. He's also not that cheap either as a center back. And Burnett, the right back, all playing for PSV, and they link up really well. That was probably my strong side in terms of defending, to be honest. Just because they seem to chase back and forth. And on the other side, I've got these Asians, which is not because they're Asian, but this bronze. Ooh, Drogba getting freaky with it. Can we score? Off the post. Just dings it off the post. And that's just a good example of almost everything Drogba shoots has a chance of going in. I just believe in the guy. And then I wanted to use a couple non-rare golds that I've just never even thought to get on board with, and they linked up well with the team. So I was like, oh, let's experiment a little bit. We have Shaw's at that CDM role, the left footer, and he is definitely slow, and I felt it. A lot of times he would get involved in the attacks, and I just couldn't get him to chase back in time. And look at this. I'm blowing a game. I am blowing a game. I was up 3-0 in this one. Benzema with just a giant smash. And it seems like when I'm doing corner kicks, and that's how that goal came about, I don't do a great job counterattacking sometimes from corners, but I always get counterattacked on. And look at Benzema getting lucky. It's going to equalize in the 90th minute. Ah, that is frustrating stuff. And we can talk a little bit about the Asians, but let's take a minute here. Oh, we're going into the game. It's not done. Never give up. We get a lot of extra time. We get lucky. Yilmaz with a fantastic turn. Keeper never has a chance. I think their finishing is just incredible. At the left mid part, we have, or left mid position, we have Park, Hee Chu, and then left back, as well as the other center back, we have Jung Hung Young and Kim Wong Il. And I know that those names sound really weird and they're hard to pronunciate, but in terms of the defenders, kind of suspect. I thought the left mid, though, was really good. Positioned well. I thought that he even had an okay shot. He facilitated. He did everything really well, and I think he has 2-star skill moves, but I do so much with the body feint and step over that really wasn't an issue. And then the final game, game number 3, we have to get sweaty because the connection was horrific. It was horrible. And as for my keeper, we have Vermeer, and I would not recommend him. I know it says he's a 79 overall, he's a non-rare goalkeeper, but he played like trash. Trash can mode. He felt like a non-rare silver or something, and it was a big letdown. Almost anything that my opponent shot, he wasn't saving it. But to be perfectly fair, my defense was not as good as it normally would be. Definitely lacking some consistency. Oof! And I was just talking trash about him, and he makes a pretty good save. But yeah, in game number 3, I don't know why the latency showed that it was a green bar. Everything looked nice, but it just didn't turn out for me. And this is a good example of how bad the connection was. I just lob it deep. I was looking at the radar, catch him sleeping, and I mean, look at it. It's just going so slow. And we're going to get sweaty for goal number 2. We whip it into Drogba, and Drogba is automatic. Anywhere in the box. Love his finishing. Oh, I can't compliment the guy enough. I'm just happy to have him back in Ultimate Team. And that's going to bring this to a close. We get a 2-0 win. And we should be progressing here relatively soon from Division 6. I need one more victory, I think, to win the title. So that's where we'll pick up in the next EP. And if you enjoyed the video, drop a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at MikeSo9USA, and I have a lot more content coming for you ASAP.